Well, this book was published in 2003. What is that, 19 years ago? I'm not going to do a book review on it, but he wrote another one called Who Moved My Cheese? And I've often said, whenever I read Who Moved My Cheese, somebody's in trouble. It means it's time for a change, time to move. And The Present is another one of his books. I read it through, I don't remember how long ago, probably 6 years now. And I guess it's time to read that book and Who Moved My Cheese again. So, I've accomplished quite a bit, especially over the last year. And we're just thinking of moving on. Looking around the house and stuff, we're still minimalizing. I mean, there's still a lot of things we have to kind of whittle out and get rid of. And that has a lot to do with health, especially if you're older. There's also a book called Swedish something about death. I don't know. It's the death way for them to get rid of things. You don't want to be a burden to your kids, and not that we're going to go anywhere anytime soon. Especially having found out how to live a good long time, at least dietarily. I'm assuming I don't get hit by a car or shot or something. But yeah, you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep setting goals. So Isabel went back to school. She's learning to design and confect, build, sew dresses. My kids are within a year or two of finishing. The last of them are finished, pretty much almost finished with their degrees, whatever that means. I mean, degrees are neat, but I know a lot of educated morons, so I don't put too much credence in titles and little letters and dots after your name. Having met you for a few minutes and asked a few questions and interchanged with you, I'll find out very quickly pretty much who you are or what you stand for. It's the right questions. And that's for me. That's not for everyone. I'm saying I'm rather select. I engage in a lot of stoicism lately, and that seems to have gone along with my food and fasting. So the present, it's about thinking right now. You can't change the past. In fact, my wife and I played pinochle, two-handed pinochle, and I swear I had the count right. And I called the game, and you need 1,000 to win, and I had 980. Miscounted, I guess. I had one trick to take more, and I just somehow miscounted. So wound up losing the game. But there's nothing you can do about it, especially in a game of, well, there's a little bit of skill, but mostly it's luck. It's the hand you're dealt. So ruminating on that, and there's nothing to ruminate. There's no mistake that was made. It's simply, quite literally, just whoops, didn't count right. And I played chess with a good friend of mine in Belgium, and he's a very conservative player, very positional player, which is fine. I'm used to cutthroat. I'm used to just getting out there, attacking, removing as many pieces from the board as I can, getting to the end game and getting the thing done. That's not his style. So, since I'm black, I'm kind of forced to play his style. And but chess is one of those games that you can go back and review, and you can actually say, yeah, here's a tactical error, here's a strategic error, here's a place where I didn't seek to understand and then be understood. See, chess forces you to evaluate your opponent's position first. If you just go all out and just do your thing, you're going to lose every time, especially against a player who sits there and goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Managing it, thwarting it, blocking it, and at the same time gaining advantage. That's the real trick. That's the puzzle. And every move is its own puzzle. And a chess game can go on for 50 plus moves, so it's pretty cool stuff. And I've always pretty much treated my life like a chess game. So, if you have a good position and you have a pretty good percentage of success, go for it. Very rarely, because I always lost when I did this, I would say something like, "Oh, let's see what happens." No. That's for young and silly people. That's not for us young and wise people. So, don't say that. Don't say, "Well, let's see what happens." Evaluate it. If it's good, go for it. If it isn't, well, then learn why whatever decision you made and why you made it didn't work out. And I guess to segue into coffee, there's a lot in the carnivore community that are just like, "Oh, coffee, bad." Blah. Who knows? It doesn't impact me, although I'm going to reduce again. I'm going to take the entire month of June, and I'm going to go from 21 grams of coffee beans down to 12 grams of coffee beans, which will give me daily 200 milliliters of coffee. So I'm going to do that over 30 days since I drink coffee every day. And of course, doing the math, that's 9. So every 3 days I have to remove about a gram. And I forget how many coffee beans that is, but I'll go ahead and just do that. And pretty much by the 27th day into June, I will be at 200. And then I'll probably sit there and see if I want to reduce it to 100 milliliters. I do want some of the liver benefits. I do know that they exist. But I don't think I need all the caffeine and all the adrenaline, although I used to drink 700 ml a day, and I cut that to 350. Well, having lost 40 kilos, I reckon less me, less caffeine, right? So that's it. Time for a change. And I have some things cooking here, several things I can do. I'm quite the chef, quite the English grammarian. I often say that even the Queen asks me questions about English grammar. Yeah, I'm that good. Been doing it a long time. And there's nothing wrong with telling people you're good at what you do. And seems that I've kind of gotten human diet down to at least precursory knowledge. So maybe I'll hang a shingle here and call myself a health coach. So what I'm going to do for about the next 6 months or so is just watch health coaches. I'm going to read everything I can about them. I'm not going to get certified. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know the regulations in the several countries, but what I do know is that knowledge is kind of key, and having gone through what you're about to train others in seems pretty logical to me. There's no governing body that certifies keto, for example. There's no governing body that certifies carnivore or ketovore. These diets are as individual as the people who do them. So I can't see how you certify, quote unquote, a health coach. I don't want to belong to a system, and essentially because I don't want them to tell me what to do. When I know that their information is biased and paid for by big food, big farm, the global interests. I don't want to deal with all that. So I'll just fly under the weather and help one person at a time, and hopefully I can teach them to help others, one person at a time. And that's kind of how it works. So a little bit of offloading here, a little journaling, and dear Spencer, it's time for a change. Be well. We'll talk again soon, guys. Bye.